walk the audience through where you went to. Well, what college you went to?
So I went to the University of Rio Grande. It's a small NAIA school. We're about the size of Catawba, about the size of
Okay.
Catawba College. And we're in NAIA school in southeastern Ohio. We played in two different leagues. We played in the AMC my first 2 years, and then we transitioned into the um, what did they name it? The SEC, the Southeastern Conference. My last 2 years, and we played against teams from Kentucky, Ohio, West Virginia, Tennessee, and that was mostly the regional. And we Indiana some as well, and we also went to New York a couple times. We had some teams up there. My first 2 years we played Damon College, which is in Niagara Falls. Mid South Conference. I'm sorry, I'm thinking something else. Mid South Conference. They changed it after that, but Mid South Conference. Then we got Seaman, Niagara Falls, Houghton College in New York. So
Mm-hmm.
played it. You played against teams and competition from all over the East Coast, and man, like I said, you learn quickly. Like a lot of these kids, a lot of these guys can should be on Division I teams, and then the Mid South Conference when we transitioned to there, basically most of those rosters were full of Division I transfers. We played a team, Georgetown. If you get a chance, just go look up Georgetown College in Kentucky. At that time, they had a big man transfer. They played at Villanova. They had a guy that one of their guards played at Houston. Another one played at it's a funny name, St. Bonaventure. They had a guy from St. Bonaventure. And when Marshall University, a guy who made the all freshman team at Marshall's conference, he transferred there after a coaching change, and he was coming off the bench.
What?
Yes, man, he was coming off the bench. He was all conference USA freshman team. I think his name was like Matt Walls or something like that. Could shoot, could play. Great player. He transferred to Georgetown. He was coming off the bench for them because they were loaded with talent, man. And that's why I just try to explain, like, college basketball on any level is not easy.
Don't sleep.
You
Don't
can't get
sleep,
caught
man.
up. You can't get caught up on level. Get caught up on opportunity. That's all. That's all I try to preach. I didn't. I by the grace of God, I got my opportunity. Just kind of walking you through that. I didn't have any really offers after my senior year. I had a couple of Division III schools in Virginia, but that was really expensive. Even with the academic money and stuff like that, it was going to still be a stretch. But I played well at a couple prep schools at Fort Union. I played. That's probably the best I had played. As far as open gym setting in front of the coaches, and I was going to go there. Like I had it set up to go there, but
At Fort
something.
Union.
Yeah, I was going to go to Fort
Okay.
Union. But one of the guys that was there that I was going to transition and I guess take his place, he decided to come back for a postgraduate year, and that kind of the coach was like, I can't keep both of y'all. I can't keep both. But fortunately, he liked me enough and thought enough of me as a player to pass my name on to the coach that I ended up playing with in Ohio. So man, it worked out perfect. The Lord, he kept me. He definitely kept me
Hey, God knows what He's doing, man.
for
And
sure.
He's going to put you in the right place and connect you with the
Mhm.
right people, man. And that's why it's important. If you can encourage people, man, and give some advice, man, on the recruiting process
Mhm.
and the importance of staying encouraged and how to
Mhm.
properly find the right school that's best for you, man.
Yep. I think the main thing with the recruiting process is patience and not letting the outside hype influence your decision. Because right now, look at these kids. All they care about is, I'm not gonna say I can't put everybody under the umbrella, but it seems as though the care is to get an offer so you can tell people you have offers. But it's different layers of offer. It's a committable offer. You can say, I want to come to school right now. We got a place for you, or it's a hold offer. Like we like you, we're gonna get offer you so you can come here, but you can't tell us yes right now because we got other guys that we want first before you. So and then on the smaller scale with us, like what we kind of deal with here in Rowan County is a lot of talented athletes, but just don't get the opportunity because of, I'm not gonna say it's not exposure. Rowan County typically always has some really good football teams, basketball teams that make state playoff runs, and coaches see them. It's just more so coaches like to shop from bigger markets first.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to look at, you can have average 20 points a game in a two-way conference, and then there's a guy averages 16 points a game in a four-way conference in Charlotte. The coach is going to assume he played better competition. He may be more college rated than you.
Mm-hmm.
That's not
Yep.
always the case,
Right.
but that's a reality. So, when you're going through this recruitment process, only continue focusing on what you can control. That's your effort, your attitude, and your performance. If you constantly work towards being your best at all three of those, and if it's meant for you to be a college athlete, that's another component to it. If it's meant for you to be a college athlete, you will get the opportunity. It might not be the one that you want, but you will get the opportunity. But you
Oh
got to
yeah.
be patient. Continue to pray. Continue to lean into your faith. But just know, and tell yourself, whatever opportunity I get that fits me, and I can tell the coaches genuinely care for me as a person, and not just to fill a spot because they didn't get a guy that they really wanted.
Mm-hmm.
That's the place for you, because
Yeah.
you wanna enjoy your time there outside of sports. And
Yep.
that's a big college. That's a big part of sustainability in higher education. You have to enjoy the actual school you go to. You can't just go there because you get the opportunity to play a sport. You're gonna be miserable. If I would have went to that school and didn't enjoy my teammates and didn't enjoy, because it was in the middle of nowhere. And I didn't lie. My first semester, I didn't like it. I was homesick. I hated it. I didn't give it a chance. But then when I came back for Christmas for a couple of days and realized, like, man, ain't nothing here in Salisbury for me, I went back with a renewed attitude and finished awesome, my spring semester. And then from there, man, I hardly ever came home in the summers.
And they got
Because,
rough, man, during our college years, man, in
yeah,
Salisbury. That's when it started getting really
yes,
rough in
exactly.
Salisbury.
Yep, that's when that change started happening. So, yeah, man, you're going through the process, could just focus on the things that you control. That's your effort, your attitude, your grades, and your performance. And then if the cards are meant for you, to be a collegiate athlete, is just gonna fall they're gonna fall how they need to fall for you, for sure.
No doubt. No doubt. What God has for you is for you at the end of the day, man. And I'm gonna tell you this, another thing too. Don't sleep on walking on.
Yeah, you gotta put your pride. Like if you believe in yourself, if you believe in your talent, and like, I have something to offer, put your pride aside. And if a coach offers you a walk-on position and you can swing it as far as the cost of the education, if y'all can make that work, go do it. Because the worst case scenario is you're going to get a collegiate sport experience and graduate in 4 years.
Yeah. That's
And
what it's all about.
if you keep working, you're going to get an opportunity to play too, whatever sport that may be.
Yeah. Look
Yeah.
at Duncan Robinson, man.
Yeah.
I think he started out
Yep, he
walking
was
on.
walking. Mm-hmm. Yep.
You
So
know.
it's a lot of those stories. Because it just these coaches can't. It's too much talent. These coaches can't. They can't cover it all. They can't see everybody. Recruiting is
Mm-hmm.
different. They don't come out to a lot of in-season games anymore because the college basketball playing 40-game regular seasons on any level. So they're relying on the internet, word of mouth, and things of that sort. So you could fall through the cracks, but you also could be better than the guy that they gave a scholarship to. And if you come in and show that, and they see that early, you're going to be in their future plans. And as long as you're in their future plans, you're going to be taken care of.